Milda Stravinskė, who is from Lithuania. She is project manager at Lithuanian Post, and Monika Bielskienė, who is attorney at law firm Wallis. So Milda and Monika, I will switch off my screen, my camera. Please share your thoughts.
Thank you, Enrika. I will share my screen. I hope that everyone can see it. Just 1 second.
Yes, we can see.
Sorry. As Enrika already introduced me, I am Monika Bielskienė. I am an attorney at law, and I'm also a member of the editorial board of this journal. And as this is the last presentation, I would also like to say that I really enjoyed all the talks by the editors, and that we have such a wide range of journals, starting from both global ones like WCU News and World Customs Journal and Global Trade and Customs Journal, and they really do a big scope. And we also have those like specific theme journals like digitalization, and also geographical journals like in Germany, Ukraine, and in Lithuania. So this one is in Lithuania, and it's really our like specialty. We write for Lithuanian readers in Lithuanian language, and it does also lead to that we have to be relevant to Lithuanian market, but also we try not to close ourselves in those borders, and just to show for the readers the global context, the global problems, and talk about various things in the world as well. So I wanted to just briefly introduce the model, the structure, and the audience of the journal, and then we will talk with Milda and Enrika, who will talk a little bit more about different perspectives of impact of this journal. This is Muitų teisė praktikams, is published since 2012. It's distributed monthly via customs clearance net platform and also emails. It is not published in paper, only electronic version, and the payment is by a yearly subscription. Our audience, similarly like others said, is like the business. The journal is intended for business, but we have also a wide range of other readers. So on the whole includes customs brokerage, logistics, manufacturing, trade, advisory, law, and Big Four firms. We also have academia and customs authorities. I think that having all those actors of customs, customs practitioners in Lithuania on one stage, we really have like a whole customs community reading and sharing and discussing all the relevant issues. Talking about the structure of the journal, I think it's like quite classical. We have a word of editor at the beginning, then Enrika and her team prepares the Lithuanian EU and World Customs news. After that, we have articles by practitioners, by customs authorities, and also we have translations of foreign articles with their permission. I now remember, like Laurie told about the customs authorities, and she encouraged the customs officers to write. So I really I'm glad that the Muitų teisė praktikams is a stage for customs officials to share their knowledge, and that Lithuanian customs community can also read it. Then we have also the section of the case law, and we finish with a section of question and answers, where questions come from business and answers come usually from customs authorities. Since the last year, we have an editorial board. You see that we have 4 members here, like Enrika, Gediminas, myself, and Milda. And we, with Milda, we are introducing this journal today. So now I will switch to talking with her. And as Enrika mentioned, she, besides being a member of editorial board, she works at Lithuania Post, and she also is a member of the board of the Lithuanian Practitioners Organization, and she also has more than 15 years of experience working as a customs official. So she has really been in the shoes of like every possible community aspect of Lithuania, and so we decided it would be really interesting if you could share, Milda, reading the journal and seeing it from the different perspectives. So maybe let's start with the perspective of you reading the article as a customs official.
So thank you, Monica. Hope you can all well hear me. So thank you for a brief presentation and for your kind introduction. So what does the journal means for Lithuanian customs? First of all, I have to say that the journal is really very popular among Lithuanian customs officials. And looking from customs perspective, I believe that our journal is a channel to feel the pulse of business and to be aware what are the clear or sensitive questions of legal entities. For example, you previously mentioned that there is the Q&A section in our journal. A company can address questions for customs anonymously. In this way, customs authorities can have a chance to have what worries companies, but probably business, some companies are not comfortable to provide those questions direct to us. And at the same time, I think that customs authorities via journal have perfect possibilities to share the news, to focus on hot topics, on some relevant solutions. And now that it is no doubt that journal helps customs to reach their target audience, customs related business, and it's really very, very important.
Yeah, I agree with you. I always find those articles of customs officials, and it's really interesting to read because sometimes like they take part in like committees in the European Union and share that knowledge, which is really very valuable to the business as well. And you also write articles in the journal. So what does this mean to you, like author of the journal? What could you share?
Okay, looking from author perspective, probably the journal is wonderful arena just to discuss some implementation issues on some customs legislation, let's say, to draw attention customs and business to some problems, to offer some reasonable solutions, to look, let's say, for like-minded colleagues, like-minded companies, and to make maybe some specific problem-solving suggestions. Don't you think so, Monica, personally?
Yeah, you are my like-minded colleagues. I'm very glad I found you also during the journal. And for me, like being an author, as I also write time to time to the journal, I like that it just like forces yourself to deepen your knowledge, just to take a deep dive into the topic and to produce something that would be valuable to you and to the readers as well. And if we continue to being the member of editorial board, as we both are, so is it more like a value to you or more like a responsibility?
Yes, as members of editorial board, we take some responsibilities, but at the same time, we have some freedom and space for creativity to suggest, to contribute some content to the journal, to consider on some relevant topics, interviews, discussions, dedicated themes, and it's really brilliant.
Yeah, I like the idea of yours and of Gediminas to have that one edition dedicated to one topic only, like similar, like Jeff said in their journal, they had their special editions. We didn't yet do that, but I hope we will have that soon. And the last one is like being just ordinary reader of this journal. What do you think from that perspective?
So thinking about myself from my personal perspective as an ordinary reader, probably I have possibility just to extend my knowledge, to quickly get very concentrated newest information on specific topics, court cases, events, so on, and of course our ordinary reader somehow related to customs area. So I'm sure that information, this knowledge gained via journal allow readers to feel more confident they are working and maybe to spread the knowledge afterward. And I believe it allows us to relate to business to be more compliant and evade mistakes. And this is really very nice, strong, and motivating point for me.
Yeah, for me as well. I'm also a reader, everything as you are, and for me, like a lawyer, I like to read the case law because sometimes like it takes really much time to read the case in its how it is written, and it's more easier to read the article and the opinion of the article already. So it's to understand the impact of the case and how you can just what can you take from it. And I guess I would like to invite also Enrika, for whom we have to be thankful to having such a Lithuanian content, because I though every one of us or most of us can speak English and understand the context, Lithuania remains our mother tongue, and I believe that for many readers it's also important to have a source where they can read in their native language and understand better the content. So Enrika, maybe you can share with us all how this baby of yours, that journal was born, and how did you have that idea of starting the journal?
So thank you. By already exceeding our 10 minutes, so I will try to do this quickly. About the journal, so I started, the idea came when I found no regular source of customs knowledge in Lithuanian language, and the feeling was to start the journal, the feeling of anxiety. Will I manage to do that? Or is it really for me? And when I was talking to other people, they say, oh no, how can you will do this to get enough articles each month to publish a journal? And I must say that today we publish each month from 9 to 12 articles, and there are always topics in customs to be covered by an article. So this is really great. And going back to those early days where the most support came, and I'm really grateful to our Lithuanian customs. So I asked for a meeting our Director General of the Customs, Jonas Miškinis, at that time. He met and he found the idea great, and he said that it might become a great platform to exchange among customs and customs practitioners, so which the journal is today. And for me personally, the journal is a great place to meet customs passionate people, to build networks with them, and I really appreciate that you accepted the invitation to join the editorial board.